Good evening. Think. Welcome to my channel. I will be doing a reading for Pisces in the first house first. I'm going to be doing Pisces in all of the houses. The goal is to take 3 cards per sign in each house. Okay. So I've decided to do them all together. So we'll be doing the Pisces in the first house all the way to Pisces in the 12th house. Okay. Oh, we are also doing the strengths, the weaknesses. This is why we're getting 3 cards. Strengths for each sign in the house. We're doing Pisces right now. Strengths for Pisces in the first house. Weaknesses for Pisces in the first house. Advice for Pisces in the first house. For anyone who has Pisces in the first house. I might just do this off of camera and get the cards and then come back. I can do that. I think it might make for a better video. Won't be so long. Strength. Okay. Weakness for Pisces in the first house. Okay, and advice. Sheesh, gosh, dang it. Now this card came out in the pre-reading. 10 cards at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay. This is not exactly what I got in the pre-readings, but what I'm getting here is Pisces in the first house is gifted by God, gifted by the universe. You've got a gift, okay? That's the strength. The weakness might be that you might get too big-headed, or people might look at you like you're too big-headed, like, you know, you got this, you got that, or you know what you're doing, so you kind of don't share. That's kind of what I'm getting from this because of the pre-readings. And advice is, let me see, what's the clarify the 2 of Wands for advice for Pisces in the first house. Clarify the 2 of Wands. Use spirit to help you balance so that people don't look at you, so you don't come off so almost like arrogant or pompous. Okay? People might see you as arrogant, pompous, like, oh, you can't be touched, right? And that's confident, but sometimes overconfidence can kill, what is it? Sometimes overconfidence can deter people from trying to be close to you, and you have a gift that you're supposed to share. Yeah. It'll make people kind of choose to look away. So you got to learn how to balance that out. And it's not saying to feel at a loss or seem like you're losing, you know, when you're not. And it's kind of like, do better. There's 3 wands right here. Ace of Wands and a 2 of Wands. Work with spirit more. This is advice for Pisces in the first house. Work with spirit more. Yeah, have a talk with the universe before you go on certain ventures. Work with people. Work with spirit. Secure your group. Okay. Ooh, secure your group. For the betterment of yourself. This is Pisces in the first house. Okay? And for the betterment of those around you. Alright? You're not alone. So, I am shuffling right now for Pisces in the second house. Pisces in the second house, I will be collecting 1 card for the strengths, 1 card for the weaknesses, and 1 card for the advice for Pisces in the second house. Alright, Pisces in the second house. May I get one card for the strengths? May I get 1 card for their weaknesses? Pisces in the second house. And I get 1 card for the advice for Pisces in the second house. 1 card for the advice for Pisces in the second house. Okay, we got the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, and the 8 of Swords. 1 card, please. Advice for Pisces in the second house. The 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. The 10. Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so now I didn't get to say this for the first house. That's the house of self. That's the house that you know, you introduce you to others. The first house was often how you come off to other people, how people see you. Maybe it'll relate to the vibe that people get from you when they first meet you, or when they interact with you on an overall scale, like putting your personality in a collection, you know, like adding the pros and cons. You might get somebody's rising ascendant sign, their first house, the sign in their first house. The second house is about treasure. Okay, the first house is ruled by Aries. The second house is ruled by Taurus. The second house is about treasure, lavishness, money. What else? The second house. Let me read more on it. Okay, so the AI overview on the big GOOGLE says, in astrology, the second house is the house of value, possessions, and finances. It can also represent how a person relates to abundance and lack. Okay? It can represent security, emotions, value, possessions. Okay. So, we've got the Six of Swords as the strength for second house in Pisces, which to me means that you escape a lot. You've been blessed to be able to escape dangerous situations. Mostly, you know, I don't want to say regarding your finances, but let's say that or your possessions, you have no problem with leaving things behind, including people, including conversations, including ideas, okay, that pretty much don't do well for you anymore. That's the strength. The weakness is that you might rely too much on lavishness. You might rely too much on being, you might be too courageous when it comes to what you leave behind. Okay? You might not put so much thought into it. You might just be a little too action oriented when it comes to a Pisces in the second house. Okay? So it's not necessarily so bad though, but you know, you might need to think a lot. You might need to think a little more before you make decisions regarding things that are of value to you. Okay, because you might be a little flighty. And the Wheel of Fortune is for the advice for Pisces in the second house. You lucky. Boy, girl, man, or woman, you lucky. Don't take advantage, don't take too much advantage of your luck to where you're pushing your luck, but enjoy that you are gifted with luck. The Wheel of Fortune is in the upright. Okay. I'm kind of getting the idea because these are all the fixed signs. This is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So I'm getting the idea that when it comes to your values and your possessions, things that you hold highly and dear to you, you are very fixed in what you do with that. You might not change your ideas, or you might not change the way you move with things. And it's pretty much saying that stability is your friend when it comes to having Pisces in the second house. Okay, we're moving on to Pisces in the third house. So the third house represents the house of communication, learning. Okay, it also says relationships with your immediate environment, pretty much how you interact with others. I'll say it like that, like social communications. Okay, the third house represents social communications, learning. Okay. Okay, Pisces in the third house. What do we have? Strengths for Pisces in the third house. Okay, weaknesses for Pisces in the third house. Okay. The Nine of Swords is a Geminian card, and the third house is ruled by Gemini. Advice for Pisces in the third house. Hey, strengths. Strengths for Pisces in the third house. It seems like you might be able to balance your energy really well. Regardless of the situation, it seems like when it comes to communicating with others, when it comes to getting your point across, your ideas across, with Pisces in the third house, it seems like you have a good grasp on that. Okay, you might be able to get a job by, you know, having the gift of gab. Strengths is that you might kind of anxiety yourself, have fears or anxiety yourself out of situations that might benefit you. Okay. You might overthink a little bit. You might think about the depths of the darkness of situations a little too much, to where it makes you kind of anxious and overcautious. All right. So that's a weakness. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles here for the advice, which I'm getting, pardon me, which I'm getting that you've got to, I'm getting confidence from this, but it's like a surety. Like a Pisces in the third house might seem to be, you would benefit from being sure of your decisions. You would benefit greatly in the community by having a surety, okay? By not flailing, okay? Knowing that things are working out for your highest good, that you're making the right decisions. Not to say you haven't made any wrong decisions, but you do know what to say, when to say what you need to say. And it'll benefit others and yourself because you talk with a caring tongue. You have caring energy. Okay? And continue to say your caring self. And don't overthink it, but continue to be your caring self. That's your advice. All right, we're moving on to Pisces in the fourth house. All right, so for the fourth house, it represents the home, family life, okay? It represents physical and emotional aspects of your home. So pretty much family, domesticated life, home life, whatever that means for someone. Okay? It might also... okay, overall, it's about your family life, your home life. This is what the fourth house represents. So I'm shuffling for fourth house in Pisces and what that looks like for a Pisces in the fourth house. So we've got strengths for Pisces in the fourth house. The Six of Swords again. Okay, difficulties. I wanted to say difficulties for Pisces in the fourth house. No, I'm only taking one card. There was the Ace of Pentacles, and it was the Seven of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Weaknesses, difficulties for Pisces, fourth house holders. Yeah, okay. That the money, the something keeps coming up. That's the advice? Is that the advice? Yes, those are 2 yes cards. Okay. Give me more clarification on the advice for the 5 of Swords. I mean, yeah, for the 5 of Swords. I'm getting a lot of Swords energy here for Pisces in the 4th house. What's the advice for Pisces in the 4th house? What's the advice for Pisces in the 4th house? 1 card, please. 1 card. Come on now. I'm getting, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now I'm going to do the advice first. Don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to Pisces in the 4th house. You got to vet people before you accept them into your family. Advice for Pisces 4th house holders. Okay, advice for Pisces 4th. Let me. Advice. 1 card for advice for Pisces 4th house holders. There's a lot of swords here. Okay. The strength is you might be able to escape bad family situations. The weakness is you might be stuck with, like, I'm getting that type of energy looking and reading this right now. You might be stuck with kind of like feel like getting comfortable in a certain situation, and the advice is to learn how to think before you accept one into your family. Think before you accept one into your home. Don't be afraid to cut people out. Accept defeat when you you know, like, be able to cut your losses, be able to move on. And you might have to move quickly. This is the 6 of Swords for your strength. So when you tap into that strength, you're able to get out of situations. But if you're in a deficit, if you're in a, you know, if you're not strong in this yet, you might not know this yet, you might get comfortable. You might stay stuck with a situation because that's your family, because you're familiar with something. Okay, the advice is don't add on to your family before you've done the research. Don't accept one into your heart before you've done the research, because once you get comfortable with somebody, you're comfortable with them. Where you do have the gift of the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles keeps on wanting to come out. Well, you do have the gift of moving forward. You just have to tap into that gift. 9 of Cups. You okay, find happiness within yourself. And that's where you'll find peace within your home. It might not so much be within a family situation until you find happiness and peace within yourself. Then that's when you'll be able to make the right decisions, and for your home life anyway. Okay, be patient with yourself. Get to know yourself. The quicker you get to know yourself, the better. But don't rush. When people rush, they make mistakes. Okay? So love yourself first. That's the advice for 4th house Pisces and holders, like Pisces in the 4th house. Moving on to Pisces in the 5th house. So for the 5th house energy, I came into this energy thinking, like, this is new for me. This is something new that I'm doing, okay? So for the 5th house represents children, creativity. It represents self-expression and joy. It relates to how someone expresses themselves and what they do in a means of, like, enjoying life. Okay? It's the house of pleasure and romance. That's what this says. But in the means of how one enjoys themselves. Okay? And I ain't talking about pleasuring yourself. I'm talking about enjoyment. Pure enjoyment. Alright, so no. But you don't want me to show you your shuffling skills on camera? Okay, you're shy. Okay, so strengths, 1 card for strengths, 1 card for weaknesses, and 1 card for advice for Pisces in the 5th house persons. Pisces in the 5th house persons. Okay. Pisces in the 5th house persons. 1 card for weaknesses. Now, please. Okay. And 1 card for advice for Pisces in the 5th house persons, please. Okay, that's 2 cards. Strength and the 2 of Wands. Ooh. Okay, 1 card for advice for Pisces in the 5th house, please. Wow, and that was at the bottom of the deck when I started shuffling. When I started pulling the cards. Okay. So we've got, I'm going to do this one a little different. I'll leave it up like that so you can see the card on the bottom of the deck. So for Pisces in the 5th house, the strength is the 7 of Pentacles. Y'all seem to have no problem investing in yourself, spending time, growing, okay? Pretty much. It seems like you know where you want to put your energy, you work on it, and you're good. You're good at it. This is the house of creativity, the house of fun, okay? The house of, like, I want to say newness. The house of your natural pleasures, things that actually bring happiness to you, bring a smile on your face. All right? And you have no problem knowing what that is. You have no problem working towards that. For the weakness here, the situation I got first, and why I kind of chuckled with this card here, is that pardon me, is that I am kind of reading that you might be too strict with yourself. You might need to be honest with yourself, and like, when you're good, you're good, but when you're bad, you might avoid your self pleasures, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to be too strict with yourself. You want to let yourself be free and be able to you know, laugh. Okay, laugh at life and do the things that truly make you happy. All right, so that might be a weakness that you have, and a strength is that, so your advice is another strength, pretty much. You have the strength to push forward and be so prosperous within your creativity. Invest in yourself, but also don't be too afraid to tap into those things that might be a little taboo, because it makes you happy. Okay, we've got pomegranate. Pomegranate has a lot of seeds. Spread your seeds. And I'm not talking about fertilizing in the procreation way. I'm talking about spread your seeds, fertilize people with your creativity, with your love, with your different and maybe unconventional ways of thinking and communicating your self-expression. Okay, it will show others that they can also be very expressive, and they can do the same thing. It'll make them choose to be fortuitous, you know. By looking at you, they can see that. That was nice. Pisces in the 5th house is probably a really cool placement. All right, next, Pisces in the 6th house. All right, so for 6th house, the 6th house is represented by Virgo, and Virgo is Pisces opposite or sister sign. It's the 6th house governs or relates to or represents routine, health, pretty much your daily duties, like what you do on an everyday, on a day-to-day basis. Okay, that's the 6th house. All right, so let's get into strengths, weaknesses, and advice for Pisces and 6th house persons. Can I get one card for strength for Pisces in the 6th house, please? One card for weaknesses. Thank you. One card for weaknesses, please, for Pisces and 6th house persons. I'm going to take it. And advice. Ooh, advice. Double 5. Give me another card for advice. Another card for advice. This is giving me a really move slow for advice. You know, it's like tortoise in the hare. The slow one wins the race. Okay. So for strengths, we have patience. Okay. Got the moon at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Pentacles for Pisceans or Pisces in the 6th house. If you have Pisces in the 6th house, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. That means patience. You're a diligent worker. You pay attention to details. Okay, you probably have a steady routine, or you've worked at it enough to where You know it very well. Okay. This is a strength or weakness for Pisces in the 6th house. It might be feeling left out, might be feeling like maybe because it's in the opposite house. Like Pisces rules the 12th house and this is the 6th house. So maybe having Pisces in the 6th house, you might feel like kind of alone, or kind of like you don't have anyone to share your routine with. You don't have anyone to share a day-to-day with. Okay. That could be a weakness. Let me see. Give me more on the 5 of Pentacles for Pisces in the 6th house weaknesses. What's that? Yeah, you might be feeling like you have to do a lot of things by yourself. Like it's just you. We've got the 5 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. You might not know where or how to invest something. You might be feeling like things don't work out for you. Like you might get a feeling of things not working out for you. That might be a weakness for Pisces in the 6th house. Okay. But the advice is to take your time. Things grow with time. Okay? Meditate. Bring good energy to where your energy is reciprocated and appreciated. To where you feel loved on a daily basis. So remember, the 6th house rules health, routine, day-to-day duties. So don't forget to pay attention to yourself. Don't forget to grow. Sometimes you might need to change your perspective, but over time. Sometimes you might need to change your routine, but over time. Okay, there's no rushing cards here. Everything is patient. We've got the 2 slowest cards in the deck. The 8 of Pentacles. Don't mind my little ashy, whatever. The 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. And then the Hanged Man is literally a stuck card. And healing takes time. We got the Star card. But this is all good energy. See the cup half full and not half empty. It'll give you more to be able to pour into yourself, into your community, into, let's just say into things that are good for you. Okay? And into things that you have to be involved with consistently. Okay? All right. We're moving on to 7th house, Pisceans. Okay? See that? The 7th house. The 7th house is ruled by Libra. It represents relationships, as in partnerships, not as in communication, like the 3rd house, like its fellow air sign, Gemini. The 7th house represents, let's see what else it says. Pretty much any type of partnership. The 7th house represents peace. Okay. Relationships, partnerships, that means family, that means business, you know, that means other like classmates, that means your neighbors. It's how you relate with other people, not to as in communication, with other people as in the actual relationship. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So, let me get, please, one card for strengths for Pisces in the 7th house, one card for weaknesses for Pisces in the 7th house, and one card for the advice. Okay, Pisces in the 7th house, strengths. Oh my goodness. Pisces in the 7th house, weaknesses. Pisces in the 7th house, advice. Let me see. If it comes out, it was meant to come out. Pisces in the 7th house, advice, please. One card for Pisces in the 7th house, advice for those persons. We've got the World card and the 5 of Swords. One card, please. Okay, what I'm getting is that Pisces in the Pisces in the 7th house, the World card at the bottom of the deck. You have the ability, the uncanny ability to bear a lot, to have a lot of relationships with a lot of different people at the same time. And I'm not only meaning in a romantic way, I mean you can carry a lot. Okay, so that's a strength, but a weakness might be that sometimes you just don't feel like carrying that. So you decide to take your Piscean energy and just escape, you know, and it might leave a lot of people in confusion. It might leave, one day it might leave you in confusion, because you might just be like, dang, did I leave somebody behind that I wasn't supposed to leave behind? Did I leave a project behind with a coworker, with a classmate, with a partner, with a parent, with a child that I was not supposed to leave behind? So you might leave things too soon. That might be a weakness. And you might, as a strength, be able to carry a lot, be able to take on more than you know. But the advice is to not give up on your dreams. I don't want to say stay in illusions, but the advice is to not give up on your dreams. The advice is to stay positive. We've got 7 of Cups for the 7th house. Okay, so let me get another couple of cards for advice for Pisces in the 7th house. To clarify the 7 of Cups, please. Pisces in the 7th house. Clarification. Clarifying the 7 of Cups. We've got, yeah, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Bushy-tailed, bright-eyed. Stay optimistic. Stay enthusiastic about your ventures, about your relationships. People love you more than you know. Okay? Don't be in fear. You will know. Maybe your dreams might tell you. Maybe, you know, you'll get this sense when you're around a certain person, because this is the house of relationships. So maybe when you're around a certain person, you might get the sense of a ghosting sense, or a snake sense, or a sense of they only think about themselves, you know. But your advice is to not fear that. You will know. Okay, one more card for advice for Pisces in the 7th house. I'm getting stay optimistic. Yep. Do not be afraid. Pisces in the 7th house, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. All right? If someone is not reciprocating, giving to you the way you give to them, understand that they might not be able to hold as much as you can hold. Understand that they might not be for you, and that might be your sign. Don't stay away from the signs. Check your look, you know, pay attention to the signs, but don't overthink it. It will come to you. Whatever you need to know about relation, when it comes to relating to others, when it comes to relationships in general. Okay? Thank you. We're moving on. Alright, y'all. So now we've moved on to Pisces in the 8th house. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, a fellow water sign. Oh, the 4th house home is ruled by Cancer, another fellow water sign. I didn't get to say that. Okay. 8th house, there might be a little tidbit in there for someone. Now, it's the house of secrecy, I feel like. But it's the house of death, rebirth, things, you know, transformation happening. It's the house of shared resources. Okay. Yeah, like Pisces, it can be a sort of a mystic. All right? Like sort of dealing with the unknown in some sort of way. It's like Pisces is all-knowing. They deal with the unknown by knowing things. And the 8th house is mystery. The darkness, you know. Okay, so it says astrologers consider the sign of the 8th house when interpreting how someone navigates deep connections. Okay, so following Libra, but with a darker tone to it. All right. So how you connect deeply, how you get to the grit of something. So let's go forth and find out what the strengths are for Pisces in the 8th house. Whoa. This is the intuition card. What did I just say? What are the weaknesses of Pisces in the 8th house? Give me one card, please. King of Swords again. Okay. Now, advice, please. This 5 of Swords wants to come out a lot for Pisces in the houses. Let me see. 5 of Swords. Another advice card to clarify this 5 of Swords for Pisces in the 8th house, please. We've got the Nine of Cups coming out. All right, so 5-5. Once again, there's some sort of connection to doubles. Okay. So the Page of Cups is the intuition card. It's that little feeling that says, look at this, or don't do that, or whatever. But this is a card of, why do I want to say loyalty? Why do I want to say loyalty? Page of Cups, love sends a messenger with good news, so don't be afraid to take chances and explore your emotions with curiosity and playfulness. Okay, by following your heart's promptings, you'll be led to happiness. If you feel a sudden surge of inspiration or emotion, go with it. You never know where it might take you. Right, okay, so sudden surge of emotion or inspiration. That would be your intuition telling you where to go. The Page of Cups is obviously a curious card. So with Pisces in the 8th house, you might be very inquisitive. You might be very willing to delve deep into yourself and into others and into situations to really figure out what the deal is before you make a decision. The King of Swords as your weakness, though, it's telling me that if you're not balanced in the Pisces in the 8th house, if you don't know how to garner that intuition, you might overuse your intellect, and you might be like a spying type of energy where you don't really connect to your own feelings, which doesn't help you, which is a detriment to you connecting to other people's feelings as well. Okay. With the King of Swords as the weakness, you might too many times, or too much, you really might not honor your own feelings or your gut intuition. You might look at the facts, being that it's in the 8th house, the house of Scorpio. You might look at the facts more than you connect with the emotion of something, or the feeling that you get with something. Okay, so the advice is, I'm thinking, don't talk about it so much, be about it. Like, know yourself more than you try to get to know the others before you want to, I don't know, before you make people feel like, oh, there's no hope here. I don't know why I'm getting that. The Five of Swords, when you're in the midst of a conflict that is draining your energy, you need to ask yourself if it's worth it. Will fighting this battle benefit you in the long run, or will it cause more problems down the road? Think long and hard about what you're fighting for and pick your battles wisely. Right, okay. Pick your battles wisely. Try to be more understanding, but in one way to understand others, in one way to know people more deeply and to connect more deeply and to understand and to know the secrets of others is to really be one with yourself. Have that pure heart within yourself. Okay. Nine of Cups, congratulations, you've accomplished a lot, right? Accomplish that first. And now it's time to enjoy what you've worked hard to achieve. You're in a state of emotional fulfillment and have everything you need to be happy. This is a time of satisfaction, abundance, and prosperity in your life, so treat yourself to something special. You deserve it. Okay? So you see how that connected? I'm going to really just leave it there. Let me see. Don't break your own heart by being too traditional, but love on yourself first. Because if you don't, it'll be a conflict with other people. Okay? Okay, so for the ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius, and it is the house of exploration, the house of higher learning, travel, okay? It's known as the lucky house, okay? Because it's ruled by Jupiter. It says the ninth house helps you find meaning and purpose in life. Okay, so let's see what this is giving us. Strength for ninth house in Pisces. Weakness for ninth house in Pisces. And advice for ninth house in Pisces, please. We got the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Three of Swords. Moving away from heartache. We got two aces and the Five of Pentacles. So, a strength is for the ninth house. You might like to explore by yourself. You might like to kind of, yeah, okay, pressure makes diamonds. The strength is probably that you probably work well under pressure. You probably might be one of those personalities that do really well when someone tells you that you're not ish and that you suck. And it kind of maybe gives you the drive to do better for yourself. You know, that's what I'm getting from that. A weakness is probably you might move on to different ideas too quickly. You might get an idea and be like, oh, wow, that was great. And then move to the next one and be like, oh, wow, that was great. And work on it a little bit. But you know, sometimes you might just need to stick with stuff. You might be used to leaving things out in the cold and just dropping it and not picking it up again. But it might be something that might give you great excitement, great happiness, and great fortune, honestly. Because fortune is not just financial wealth. Fortune is family wealth. Fortune is having your health. Fortune is having somewhere to sleep at night, having land, having a growth set mentality, you know. So the advice for Pisces and the ninth house persons is to know your worth, stick to it, okay? Know your worth and stick to it. And do your due diligence to find out information. Okay? Speak well. Think with a clear mind. You might get into a lot of things, but the advice is that you do best when you have a clear mind, when you can see and think clearly. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Okay, you got the Magician at the bottom of the deck. Use all your tools. Don't leave anything out. Use all your tools. Use that anxiety that you've been given. Use the knowledge that you've been given. And use the patience that you know you have for oneself and for others. And those bright ideas that you have. And that long-standing, long-suffering energy that you have. Use that to be enthusiastic about life. And continue searching. Continue searching. That's nice. I'm gonna leave that with that. We're moving on to the 10th house. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so the 10th house speaks of your social status, speaks of, it's the house of career. Capricorn rules the 10th house. That's ruled by Saturn. Okay, so how other people see you in the public, not just when you meet them personally. All right, this is like your net worth. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so for Pisces in the 10th house, let me get one card for strengths, one card for weaknesses, and one card for the advice, please. And thank you, please, and thank you. Okay, that's 2 cards. Let me get 1 card for strengths, please. Look. You know how we do this, all right? It's got to come all the way out. I'm not taking anything less than that. Thank you. You might be a very serious or sturdy person. You might just say it like it is and you mean it. Like, I don't know. The King of Swords again for the weakness. But, okay, 10th house in Pisces. So what's the advice for 10th house in Pisces? I get the vibe that you either need to be or you are very assertive. And then we got the assertive card at the bottom of the deck. Okay. We've got the Queen of Pentacles for the strength. Now look at my weird thumb. Okay, that's my weird thumb. I hit a wall. I was mad at a person I was dating. And didn't want to hit the person, so I hit the wall. And it didn't pan out well for me. See? Okay, so enough about me. Okay, so Pisces ruling your 10th house. You might really be a good business person. You might handle your things with care. You might be gentle with your things. But very boisterous when it's like, it's not obnoxious. It's just, you know what you want. You know what you deserve. You know what you desire. You go for it, okay? King of Swords as the negative for the Pisces in the 10th house, as the difficulty or the setback or the why am I saying all these different words? The problem, like I don't even, the weakness, because it's not a weakness. That's why I wasn't even saying that. The issue with King of Swords being in, with the King of Swords being representing your Pisces and 10th house energy is that people probably don't understand where you're coming from. People probably see you as very matter of fact, and they might not see you or, you know, get the vibe that you care. They might not get the vibe that you are that you care, that you're a good person. They might get the vibe that you are kind of a butthole, okay? You know? So the advice is to take it a little easy. Take it easy on people. Take it easy on yourself. Be kind to yourself. The advice is to do your best to bring that peaceful energy to your workplace. Do your best to bring that peaceful energy to yourself when you are doing something that involves your career, doing something that involves I want to say you speaking to others, you know, when it comes to directing someone, because you might be a boss energy, you know. So do your best when you are leading others. What else does it say for the 10th house? Because I'm getting a lot of leadership energy. When it comes to your career path, be very harmonious. Bring a sense of peace. Allow yourself to put other people at rest. You know, people want to know that you are the leader, but you're leading them to a place where they won't be confused, where they won't be worried. You know what I'm saying? So this is the house of career, professionalism, ambition, and public life. This says in the AI, this says who it applies to. The 10th house can apply to judges, government officials, celebrities, and other high-profile people. So probably that's why I'm using so many different words, because it's for so many different people. The government, judges, celebrities, and people with high profiles or high profile status. They affect most of the world. They affect others a lot, okay? And that's probably why I needed to say it in so many different ways, because your weakness is not so much a weakness, but it can be a detriment when you don't know how to use it. So be caring, be kind, and make sure to bring peace to whatever you do, where other people will be able to judge what they see about you, to judge your work, to judge you, okay? When it comes to your ambitions, make sure you meditate. Make sure you come to yourself, go to whatever you believe in before you approach others. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm getting. Okay? You see how she's an influence? Like, he's looking to her, and he sees her as a caring figure, as a person who's leading him, as a person to know what to do next. That's probably how a lot of people see you, Pisces, in the 10th house persons. Okay? Moving on to the 11th house. Okay, so 11th housers, 11th house Pisceans, or Pisces in the 11th house. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius rules friend groups, groups of people, communities. It's not the career path, but it also has to do with net worth, because your worth in society will come from how others view you. So this is less of high value persons. This is more of your collective groups, okay? let's see what it says. It says it governs friendships, social networks, and collective goals. Okay. So let's get one card for strengths for Pisces in the 11th house persons. One card for strengths. One card for weaknesses for Pisces in the 11th house persons. One card for weakness. That was way too many. We got the Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Wands. One card for the weakness, please. The Strength card comes out. How dare it? Okay. And one card for advice, please. Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Let me see with the King of Swords. Double sixes I saw. Okay. So we've got the Five of Swords here for strength. I feel like you don't have a problem admitting to others when you're wrong, where things might need to be fixed. You know, that's what I'm getting from that. You don't have a problem accepting defeat. Not to say you're always defeated, because that's not what this is saying. But you might, some people might take you as the simpy type of energy if you have Pisces in the 11th house. Okay? Some people might see you as pretty weak, as easily defeatable if you have Pisces in the 11th house. Alright? Don't let nobody take advantage of you. But that can be a strength, because people will underestimate you, maybe. Okay? A weakness is that you might you might accept defeat too easily. You might own up to things that maybe you didn't do wrong. You might be very, like, oh, let me take that blow for you because I know I can handle it. Because you're my friend or you're my family and I really care about you. So let me take that blow for you. That might be a weakness, because you might end up taking on too many things than you can really handle, because that's not really what it's about. Everybody has their own karma to pay. Everybody has their own karma to be dealt. All right? You can't always stick up for someone else. And someone might put you in a situation where you will get bit by that lion instead of being able to tame the lion. All right? So you might be too confident in other people before understanding what's going on. Don't do that, please. So the Page of Cups being the advice is to connect to your intuition before you become a martyr, okay? How you gonna help someone if you're not here? How you gonna help someone if you locked up? How you gonna help someone if you've accepted false narrative and it's not the truth? You're not gonna help anyone. You're not even gonna help yourself. All right? Do things the right way. Be honest with yourself for the ultimate success. For both sides. It doesn't matter which side you're on. It doesn't matter if you're in the negative space, if you're in the positive space. If you're trying to do the right thing for the right person, if you're trying to do the right thing for the wrong person. Learn about what you're getting yourself into before you accept that cup. Before you get yourself into it. Okay? Be more inquisitive about what's going on before you accept someone, before you become part of a community. Learn more about that community before you become part of that community. Okay, and the way I said become, it sounded like succumb to me. So you want to learn more about others and communal spaces and community and friends before you adopt them and succumb to stuff, before you fall to maybe a group that doesn't look so good, that won't give you a good net worth, that will bring, you know, you don't want to become part of a group that you don't even agree with their belief systems, because you were so excited and you just decided to go with someone else, or go with the idea of the group or the crew. Okay? Allow yourself to take those swords from those other people as in a way of protecting yourself. All right? This person has 2 swords on the shoulder, 1 sword in the hand, and 2 on the ground. He pretty much defeated the other people. Now, yeah, he might have broke their hearts. He got 3 swords in his hands, but he saved himself. Save yourself. I think that's what this is saying. Don't be a martyr for a group. All right? You got this, Pisces in 11th house. You got this. I know you're strong. The strength card is here. You got to know you're strong. You're stronger than that. Amen? Amen. All right. Moving on to the 12th house in Pisces. Yay! Okay, welcome home, Pisces. Pisces in the 12th house is where it feels most comfortable, most safe, because Pisces runs and rules and, I wanted to say restrained, but it governs the 12th house, okay? So this is the house of dreams, secrets, subconsciousness, okay? Let's see. So the 12th house is the unseen realm, all right? It pretty much it's the house of the shadow. It's the house of the unknown. Not mystery. It's the house of the unknown, which is a little different than mystery. It can be mysterious, but it's the house of the unknown, okay? And that's why Pisces is seen as one of the most connected to the subconscious, the most dreamy sign, because it rules the sign of things that don't need a physical form to exist, okay? Like dreams, illusions, the subconscious, all right? So let's get into this. Let's get, well, 1 card for the strength, 1 card for the weakness, and 1 card for the, what's that, for the advice. His King of Swords and his 5 of Swords won't get away from y'all right now. Okay, so a strength might be that Pisces in the 12th house might be that you have a real good control over obsessions, over pardon me. So yeah, you might have a good sense of control over, you know, in the 12th house, because Pisces does rule the 12th house. So you might have a really good sense of self. You might have a good sense of what's not good for you, what is good for you, what you should attach yourself to, what you should not involve yourself in. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting control, but not in a bad way. As an Emperor in reverse, control as in you can handle your demons. You can handle the bad energy within yourself and balance it out. We got the Two of Swords and we got the King of Swords here. All right, so the King of Swords for the negative, for the weakness. You might get stuck in intellectuals. Let me see. What does the King of Swords really mean in this deck? The King of Swords is, the king makes his decisions based on intelligence, logic, and reason. He's a master of strategy and knows how to get things done. If you're facing a difficult situation, the King of Swords can help you see it clearly and find the best way forward. If this is you, use analytical thinking and a structured approach to solve your way to success. You might not be able to get out of your head. So this is when you do know how to use your Piscean energy in the 12th houses. This is when you don't know how to use your Piscean energy in the 12th house. You might be in an energy where you do too much thinking. All right, you don't connect how you're supposed to because everything is fact-based to you, but the unknown doesn't have a material value. The Pisces, the 12th house doesn't rule material value. It rules things without material value. It rules dreams and illusions and subconscious thought, unconscious thoughts. Those don't have weight in matter, but they do very much matter. What the fudge? Y'all, I apologize. Oh well, I hope you didn't hear that. If you did, I apologize. I tried to separate my booty cheeks so that it didn't come out crazy. I'm a little hungry and a little gassy right now. I've been doing this for a while, but I really hope y'all didn't hear that. That's so embarrassing. Well, thank you for sticking with me this long. I hope we can get through all of this together. So, you might have to get out of the... If you have not gained a sense of control or stability or a grasp on your energy being in the 12th house, it's like its own house, the Piscean energy being in its own house that it rules, the 12th house, then you might need to get out of your head, because you might feel like, oh, this needs to be proven in order for it to be real. And does that make your dreams not real? Does that make your dreams not mean anything because they don't have a physical sense of matter to it? Of course it doesn't. Okay? Some people daydream. Some people don't dream when they sleep. Some people daydream. Does that mean that you're not getting any messages while you're daydreaming? Of course it doesn't. So that's what I'm getting from there. And the Two of Swords is a decision card. Why is the Two of Swords here for the advice? When you're caught in indecision, the only way out is to take off the blindfold and confront the issue. You'll never find a solution if you avoid the problem. So weigh up both logic and gut instinct. Yes. And settle on the best decision for you. Once you've made your choice, you can move forward with confidence. So the advice is to balance out your control and your inability to control things, okay? That's what I'm getting your advice is. Your advice is to understand more about the depths of the unknown. Don't go so deep to where you can't find your way out. Always see the light. All right? There's a balance that should be had within, you know, good and bad. There's a balance to life. So enjoy it so you can make decisions well. That was cool. I appreciate that. We got the Justice card at the bottom of the deck, the Six of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. All right, well, I will leave the descriptions, like timestamps and things like that. I will do my best to actually also leave descriptions of descriptions of where. Wow, this is amazing. Every time I broke the deck, I got a different major arcana. We got the Magician, the Empress, the Justice card, the Devil, and the Seven of Pentacles. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles. The the Cancer card, the Chariot. And then look, I just broke it on the Fool card. Seriously? Okay, goodness gracious is me. That's very, very amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And someone will definitely be able to use this information and, you know, bless your heart, bless your soul, bless your body. Take control. I just needed to make it rhyme a little bit. With the love of the Lord, with the love of the universe, with the love of good energy. You guys take care. And I will do my best to put the descriptions of the houses. Although I verbalize them, I vocalize them, I still want to type it out. It might help somebody to understand how to use the energy that they have in that specific house. Peace.